Hello and good evening. You are watching an exclusive interview series by South Asia Research Institute for Minorities. I am your host Heman and a research associate at SARIM. Today I will be interviewing with Maya Pramod. She is a Dalit woman from a Tahsil and doing a research at Irajilakunda Christ College Department of History. She is a scholastic disabled and came from a higher education by overcoming various crises. Her research topic is social history of Dalit colonies in Kerala with the social capital. For the past 8 years, she has been writing and working in the mainstream and alternative magazine in Kerala on the issues of Dalit and tribe, Pinkel, and the women empowerment. Her paper, Dalit Women, came first and won the Blue Stone Rising Scholar Award in the prestigious international competition on caste organized by Brandeis University in the United States. So, without any further ado, let's dive into the question. My first question is, considering that you are a woman from a Dalit family, you would be the ideal person to tell us about the discrimination you have experienced as a child. Will you be willing to share any incident that left unforgettable scars on your life?
Um, Actually, a lot of experience in my life in related to caste and our social background in Kerala. The first answer is a Dalit or tribal woman belonging to the community, including others, come through severe problems in society and there exist inequalities alone. Um, if I talk about what happened in my life, one of my memories in my school, I studied at belongs to a dominant caste community in Kerala, in Nair community. That is under the school in NSS. So I'm studying in 8th or 7th class. In class, we often sit behind a few children in back. So, being a short and suffering in my scoliosis situation, I'm a partially a disabled woman. I'm facing the scoliosis issues. So, a disease that bends in a backbone. So, it's difficult to sitting the chair in 1 or 2 hours. It is difficult to me. Okay. Then I could not see writing in front of sit the blackboard. So the seventh class teacher held my hand to the backbench, saying that backbench of the class full of your people. Actually, I'm thinking, what is my people? I'm thought my people is the black people. So our skin is black. Uh, and that is the childhood age. So I'm not thinking in caste, but the our people, the question is the our people, every time holding the question, which is the people, our people, what is the situation of our people. So I'm coming to PhD. I'm deciding to my topic in PhD, in that studying Dalit communities in Kerala, especially in Dalit ghettos in Kerala. Actually, I'm coming the studies. So it was then the question, who your people arouse within me? Will they be black people like me, even though they didn't know meaning the in word? Your people at the at time. Actually, I only understand that there was something wrong with it. Later, there have been many such exceptions from any community, from many places, but the trauma it gives it incomparable. This is how the general society approaches to Dalit and Adivasis in Bahujan community, in uh, Muslims, in the situation of Kerala, actually. That is the worst experience in my childhood. Lot of experience to sharing with me, but it is the painful experience of my childhood because every time, still my age is 35. So every time, what is the people? Who are your people? every time in question me. So the experience of my life.
So my second question is, what type of human right violation are associated with caste discrimination? What are your thoughts on this?
Uh, Actually, uh, from one point of view, from below, this caste system has two notable features. First, caste has functioned in the continuous functions of administration, very effective mechanisms of economic exploitation. uh, I'm really open in a economic exploitation of economic exploitation from the perspective of people at the level of the caste system. Secondly, one of the functions of this system is to prevent the formation of other social classes by the unanimous decision of common interest of common purpose. Here, in the cases of women, the system of society, caste and color work little stronger. Caste has become a very positive capital formation from general community or general caste system or general society. But a woman from the Dalit or tribal community has to faces very uh, various forms of violence. It can be physical or psychological violence and oppression as a Dalit woman. Uh, it can also be the exploitation of natural resources. It is the important factor of natural resources, including from a capital formation in social capital or cultural capital, otherwise on important capital. Uh, it is the educational purpose, mainly land, thereby the preventing the development of their society. Similarly, the major forces of the community are used to oppress the Dalit and tribal women by raping them. Actually, there is the reason between the Dalit woman or
According to a survey, each week 21 Dalit women are raped despite having the constitutional laws. In your opinion, why the rate of rape is instantly increasing instead of decreasing?
higher communities in Brahminical India. Brahminical India uh, in other communities are dominant to the especially in women's. It is the main tool of rape in Dalit women's. Basically, uh, actually, completely destroying the uh, caste or race or some other issues in women, destroying all things of communities, all Dalit communities. Especially, it is easy going to attack the women's in uh, our body or physical, something about that. Okay, it is the main reason of political. I think politically it is the correct way of others because others thinking that the Dalit woman or Dalit community, it is oppressed and uh, oppression of community in harassment, mentally or physically. Uh, at the time, they are destroying in our women's. So they are not grow up in after. So basically, the correct reasons of raping in India or other state.
In circumstances when the Scheduled Caste Act is not adequately administered and implemented, how can speedy justice can be ensured? What are the prospects of media and civil society to operate together?
Uh, a, a, you mean the social media?
Yeah.
Social media, okay. Uh, I think actually social media's influencing in two merits in our community, that is community, because less. Actually, we are not able to talk in every able to talk in open to space in our own community. In example, in media or um basically books, or something articles. It's not accessible to in India. So in social media, um, the discriminating and untouchable media spaces like literature and writing that were ostracized before a community of Dalits, with the advent of social media, were open to Dalits and started to be used as a precise or a political space to say what they had to say. And change was everywhere, gathering together and supporting case, filling the cases, and many more happened. At the same time, a digital disability community is also growing, where there are many groups against the reservation, and where there is many issues in the society, and the person represented is pushed towards a social exclusion, mainly in social media. Uh, One side view, in my point of view, uh, in one side, it is the good quality of social media coming to the Dalit spaces. Other side, it is used to others in social bullying or social harassment in Dalit community or Dalit women in every time, I think.
Despite sharing the same religion, upper caste alienates Dalit people and hardly consider them the part of their religion. Why Dalit people lack religious protocol despite having the same religion boundaries?
Because they are thinking in that is the untouchable caste in India. So why you consider the same way of a religion in Hindus in Dalit or Brahmin or Hindus? They are not considering to Hindu community in Dalits. We are not accepting to Hindu community. We are not equality to uh, I'm not hope to consider the same community or same. I'm not interested to. I'm not a Hindu. I'm a Dalit or I'm an Ambedkarite woman. I'm proudly saying I'm a Dalit woman or Ambedkarite woman. They are not considered to our community, Dalit or tribal or something else. They are not considered. Every time they are thinking, and they are untouchable. They are slavery community. They are low level caste. They are Dalits is the a creature caste, and Hindus considering. Okay, they are not considering to our community in same position, same way. Not considering.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of history in uh, that is the way of process. Uh, Baba and Fule, Periyar, every person has to talk. They are not Hindus. Dalits are not Hindus. Dalits are a separate community.
The population of India has a large portion of Dalit people. However, they are the deprived of a basic right like land and property rights. Why is this so?
Uh, Actually, in India, um, they are not getting land in 76 years. I think we are celebrating in 76 years of freedom movement. 76 years after India after getting freedom in 76 years. In that time, it is the important point. In that time, they are not getting in land and they are not getting in basic rights. They are not getting in women's rights. They are not getting in a equal persons. Uh, at least a human rights. They are not getting any human rights in India in 76 years of freedom movement. In Kerala, they are not getting in a land in actually democratic way of Kerala in 61, I think 61, 61 or 63. The Dalit community population in around 35 or more than 35 lakhs or more than. In 5 lakhs of Dalit community, they are lived in Dalit colonies in Kerala. At the time, my study was focusing on the census of 2019 government census. Dalit communities lived in moreover 30 Dalit colonies in Kerala, around 30 Dalit colonies in Kerala. They are not Dalit colonies, they are caste colonies in Kerala actually. They are the reality of black Dalit ghettos in Kerala. Actually, we all are reading or view in Europe or America or something. In other countries, they are viewing in black ghettos or other communities ghettos. But Kerala, it is a different view. Actually, they are the ownership of land in 2.1 cents. 2.1 cents land in, they are the ownership. In example, in one Dalit family in front of Dalit family children in front of higher education, they are moving in a higher education. They are not getting money in a new courses to join. So they need to money. But the basic problem is our land submit to in any loan, educational loan or something. The loan has to denying the base. The reason is our land is the 2.5 cents lands. Basically, the rules of land in loan procedure, 10 cents of lands in city or rural area in the lands in the 5 cents of lands. Then who you are to earn in land or money or power, who are to earn are and what is the ownership of land? What are the what are getting to land or basic the relationship of money or power or political structure? I don't know. That is the reality of Kerala. They are not getting to property. They are not getting to basic political right. They are not getting to proper education. I think in India, first of all, they are fighting to inequalities of education because India has to giving the education in different way of education. In the process of education process, in a man or Dalit man, a man buying a education in a best education in world, a Dalit man getting an education in a low level education in government process. It is the basic problem of English language. They are not getting in a proper way of English language. They are not getting in a proper way of knowledge, creating a knowledge spaces. In my point of view, I'm coming to the correct way of academics in English in I think my PG level. That is the big problem of me. I believe. Uh, I'm believing that land is the political asset of India or Kerala because land has given to every positions. money, political power, and social status in any manner. Land is given to any power because they are not getting to land. Every time they are waiting. Every Dalit people has waiting in government upliftment program. Actually, the reality of government upliftment program is in God farm, stitching machine, or something like that. The development of Dalits in every manner in emancipation of development process in Kerala.
If you see, the caste census is critical for formatting policies, particularly at a national level. To what extent, in your opinion, can the caste census aid in eradicating caste discrimination?
Okay. Uh, Actually, the question is, we all know that census is important to important the part of upliftment of development program. That is the only thing. It is not uh, distract or in the important factor is that in an affidavit filed in a Supreme Court on 23 September 2021, the central government has ruled out conducting a socio-economic caste census, SECC, saying that a caste census, except for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, is impractical and administratively cumbersome. The central government submit the affidavit of Supreme Court. The reason is that the affidavit is given in a right petition filled by the Maharashtra government, demanding that the central government to be um, directed to collect the information of the backward communities, backward classes of citizen, BCC, backward classes of citizen, in the 221 census. 221 census. The petition also demanded that the center disclose the raw caste census data, other backward communities or OBCs collected during SCCC to 2011. In several political parties have asked the center to reconsider the decision, but this was rejected because the reason that uh, the central government saying the Supreme Court is impractical and administratively cumbersome. That is the basic reason. I'm not. I'm not believe caste census. Caste census. Uh, Caste census working on minimize the caste inequalities in India. I don't believe. Actually, it is the caste inequalities in high. Otherwise, in census report has coming out of the any time of coming out after it is the operation level is high. I believe because in India, moreover, anti-caste, anti-reservation groups are in moreover or 500 or 700 something. How to minimize the oppression or caste inequalities in India? I don't believe in caste census have minimized the caste inequalities in India. I don't believe. Uh, Otherwise, the caste census merits are political parties say caste-wise data is needed for caste census to tell about the extension of reservation to various communities. In 76 years of freedom movement in India, the Dalits and tribals are getting the reservation percentage in Dalits in 8%, tribals in 2%. Is it the possible of 8% or 2%? In Indian population, major populations are Dalits and Adivasis. How to work in a 8% reservation or 2% reservation? I don't know. It continue the 8% or 2% reservation in few years coming years. I don't know the process of central government to the move on the political uh, alienation or political movement in Savarna or Brahminical uh, way. In few years back, they are not getting a reservation. They are not getting properly in human rights. They are not getting in basic right in India. I don't believe they are not getting basic right in belief in India.
Would you like to tell us about how Dalit have been oppressed in India and what the future holds for them in a specific country? Is there any progress? Do you see?
Actually, Dalits in India are oppressed. Every person has to know that because of the caste they are born into, and then because of their color, living conditions, or social scenario, land, reservation, jobs, etc. This is where Ambedkar graded inequality is working on 76 years in India occurs when the given and take of social capital take the place between different castes or communities. A- and Dalit Adivasis are not part of it. Dalits and tribals or minority communities or sexually minority communities, LGBTQ community are going to live in India where the attempts to uh, amend the constitution to overthrow the reservation itself. I think it is difficult time in coming years of India. I think,
Okay.
in my
What
point of view, I don't know. In my point of view, I believe this is the coming years of India.
What do you think about social media? To what extent the social media platforms are helping in mediating the discrimination practices against Dalit, or these platforms are just worsening the scenario?
Do you know the social media attacking in Dalit communities in any issues in India or something, special issues in political parties in India? In any Dalit person has to speak out in the cases. They all are attacking in a special uh, person in Dalit, belonging to the Dalit. The discriminating and a untouchable media space, like literature and written writing that were ostracized before community of Dalits with the advent of social media, were opened up to Dalits and started to be used as a precise political space to say what they had to say, and change was everywhere. It is the important factor gathering together and supporting a case, filling a cases, and many more happened at the same time. Uh, it is coming to the digital untouchability in the social media. Sometimes it is reduced to coming the social media of Dalits. It is very good manner. Sometimes it is making the dig- digital untouchability. Digital untouchability means um, uh, I think uh, I think also growing where there are many groups against the reservation, mainly the reservation against the reservation, and where there is an issue in a special issue in a issue in a society or person represent the uh, represent the community. They are bullying in a community or person. Uh, Last, the person has to step back to social media or other spaces. It is the reality of the social media. Sometimes it is good, sometimes it is very problematic, I believe.
As we all are aware with the global epidemic condition due to COVID, kindly let us know the situation of Dalits in India during the COVID pandemic. What kind of health and welfare services the government provided to the Dalits? Were there any discrimination in providing healthcare facilities comparatively?
Actually, the COVID-19 period in Kerala, uh, example, the digital classes was started in pandemic period in, yeah, all over India, all over world and all over India. Uh, Basically, the problem that pandemic period, they are not getting the facilities of internet or laptop facilities, or they are not getting a proper education process. They are not getting a proper uh, ration systems, ration systems in tribal areas, mainly in tribal areas. They are very affected to tribal areas in pandemic period. They are not getting job. They are not getting properly in salary. They are not getting foods and water clearly in sanitation. In that period, every colony was facing the main problem of proper water, proper sanitation facilities, proper food facilities. Uh, we all are living in a 21st century. Uh, do you know, thinking about in a uh, social kitchen in a community? Do you know, or do you think about that? Social kitchen. If every people has to queue in a, they are not, they are getting a food. Do you think
I think so.
the reality of tribals in Kerala? The government has provided a social open kitchen, uh, but the kitchen was preparing a food in a tribe or other women's. Then preparing a food after all community peoples are uh, queue in a position uh, in giving it the food. They are the reality of pandemic situation in Kerala. At the same time, government has providing to the ration a special name in kit in Kerala. Kit means including rice or half kg oil, coconut oil, half kg sugar, half kg um, peanut candy in 1 month. In my question, how to manage in a one family in 1 month in that ration? I don't know. Uh, I think the rice has to 3 or 4 kg. In 1 month, was moving in a living conditions in one Dalit family. How to manage in a family in 3 4 kg rice or 1 kg coconut oil, 1 kg peanut butter candy, or 1 kg dal or other grams. I don't know. That is the pandemic situation of Kerala. Uh, but government has every time telling the media or news, we are getting the facilities of Dalits and Adivasis in Kerala in the pandemic situation is a great situation of Dalits and Adivasis in Kerala. Every time the leftist government was saying the Dalits are very lucky people in Kerala. They are getting food, they are getting land. The land reality in Kerala is a caste colonies in Kerala. Okay. That is the reality of pandemic situation in Kerala. The pandemic situation was a crucial time of Dalit children because they are getting proper education, proper net facilities, proper network facilities, proper guidelines or laptop facilities. They are not getting a network or internet facilities of mobile phone. How to grow up the community in after 60 years of democratic Kerala or democratic India? I don't know, and I don't believe that pandemic situation was the lucky time in Dalits and Adivasis in Kerala. I don't believe.
How can SARIM collaborate with you to promote minority rights in the region?
First of all, answering this question is a bit difficult in my point of view because in a Muslim or Dalit in Kerala or India, uh, in a new new man has coming to Kerala, coming to India. Uh, the uh, the other person has to say, what is your name or what? Where are you coming? The other person has to tell him, my name is I'm coming. I'm belonging to a Dalit community. I'm coming a Muslim community. The other person has to questioning or other person has to uh, doubting uh, doubting or follow the person because the reality of Kerala or India, the minority or Dalit community, they were thinking in a oppressed community. They were thinking in a destructing community. They all are dominant community in India or Kerala. The Muslims and minority community, especially minority communities and Dalit communities, they are not lived too easy in Kerala or India. In the otherwise, like, but I have been addressing the issues through writing and speeches in 7 years back in Kerala. Moreover, in 50 articles or every time I'm talking, speak out in issues facing in minorities or Dalit communities, Dalit women in Kerala or India. Being an activist cannot be done in any situations or because it is a huge responsibility towards a society. Actually, I'm an ordinary person. So answer is incomplete. Otherwise, in any uh, possibility, definitely I'm working with, yeah,
Good to
oppressing the
know.
community. Yes, of course. Oppressing, we are against the oppression, we are against the untouchable community, we are against the denying the rights of Dalits and minorities. Definitely, I'm working in every years in in my life.
Miss Baya, last but not least, I would like to express my gratitude for your time and extend an invitation to a conference. If the global pandemic stabilizes, would you like to join us in Pakistan for next gathering?
Other in any uh, otherwise is the first of all, thank you for having me a great opportunity in Sarim. Uh, because I'm proud of the part of the interview. I know that it is the big difficulty to knowing the person, understanding the person in my interview. I know that, but the but my difficulty is in language. So you can understand my point of view. You can listen my point of view and thinking about my point of view. Okay. Uh, Otherwise was secondary. My language and my other concerns in secondary. First of all, I'm talking in a India and Kerala in a current situation. They are thinking, they are talking, they are understanding. Okay. Uh, uh, in otherwise, Sarim was an opportunity. Of course, I am coming. Definitely, I'm coming. Okay, thank you so much. My ambition is a big writer or big academicians in, in our community. Actually, I'm working with my first book, an autoethnography of a Dalit woman in Kerala. Um, why I tell you my stories. That is the title of my book. It is the first publication in Malayalam. I really want to translate in English, translation of English. I don't know the possibility or publication. I don't know. I don't know uh, in uh, in any way to approach the publication. I don't know, but I will try. I try to my maximum level.
Written a
Sorry.
book. In what language that book you have written?
First
Is it
publication
in
in Malayalam. First publication in Malayalam. I think in January or February. The coming out in book in Malayalam. DC
I would love
publication.
to get the copy of that book.
Sure. I'm approaching a lot of publications, HarperCollins and Ox OUP, but positive response was sending me in HarperCollins only. But I'm not step back. I'm approaching a lot of publications.
More stunt to you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jaibin. Have a nice day and all the best for SARIM future.